Oh, what's going on, my fellow zombies? Well, it's the 16th of November, 2025, and it's about 12:50 in the morning. This is the diary of the griever named John Weaver, which is me doing the dark log because I'm still maintaining watch over my dog. Anyway, shout out to the artist of recovery. What's going on, DarrylP? You were complaining about $2 billion being spent by the Department of Defense changing their name to the War Department because Trump's got to burp his ass. Yeah, what else is new? He wants to be the peaceful president, and yet he screwed that up. He made claims about governments he helped solve situations, and yet not verifiable. Got pissed off because he was not able to get the coveted Nobel Peace Prize, and they felt he wasn't doing everything he could for peace. He was doing everything for war, including making war on his own people who voted him into office. Case in point, the MAGA movement is breaking itself apart left and right. Not quite sure which direction to go. You hear that in the background. That's my mama. She's already been up. And now she's just a fussing because it's cold and it's dark. And she's a fussing because she's an old lady. But we also have an old guy fussing like crazy because he wants his ego so bad. He wants his ego recognized and acknowledged that he changed, or tried to change officially, but it really wasn't. International recognized waters off the coast of Texas, Louisiana, Florida, from Gulf of Mexico, which was universally recognized for centuries, into the Gulf of America, which isn't recognized. A lot of sailors in that area still recognize it as Gulf of Mexico. There's no problem with that, with the navigation. But apparently we have a guy who still wants to get his name out there one way or another. He doesn't like Epstein files talked about all the time because he's afraid of any things that are happening to him. His ego is that fragile. So he's willing to send men over across the waters to get into a fight with no provocation to the United States at all, but just to get into a fight. But he wants to be the peaceful president by solving issues, right? So he sent over the Ford, the newest aircraft carrier we had within the past decade. It takes a long while to get a monster like that built. A lot of resources, a lot of budget. And it's personnel training, and we get ourselves a new nuke out there. So while we got the newfangled aircraft carrier waiting to do its job, which is to basically sit there and look pretty and intimidating and telling Venezuela, you knock off with the drug shipments over there, we're going to come after you and bop you in the head. It's not the bopping of the head. It's basically telling them, we want your oil and we want your resources. What I'm hearing from other independents, they're talking about that left and right on that. Social media and YouTube's getting buried. Sometimes I come up with isolated providers out there who are telling their story about what's going on, what their theories are. Now, is it regarding a regime change, or is it regarding oil prices because they want the oil prices to go down? Any disturbance, any fluctuation in the prices does have a ripple effect across the markets, across the markets globally at this point. So, is this for power? Is this for ego? There's going to be speculation on that one. But if it gives you any clear indication of something, you don't change your Department of Defense into the Department of War unless you want to make war on people. Now, keep this in mind, boys and girls. If you've actually studied your U.S. history a long time ago, and it does take a bit of digging, but it does happen. that when the Continental Congress was being formed and they were trying to get their defense forces going, such as the Continental Marines, Continental Army, and Continental Navy, they had to come up during that time, about, I think, the 1789, the Department of War, or was it earlier than that it would encompass all three. We have the Army, we have the Navy, and we have the Marines. Now, if we actually had Overland Wilbur Wright during that time, we may have had the Department of Air Force, but we didn't. But we kept up with the War Department situation until well after World War II, which we're in the Cold War, and they decided, okay, we're going to do the name changes. Change it into this other name, change it to... I mean, there was a lot of name changes we actually had. That cost money. Departments trying to be identified by themselves individually, until Truman decided he was going to try unifying everything under one complex name. As I was going through Wikipedia, my mind was being blown this morning, like, well, we actually did go through major changes, didn't we? Like right between Korean War and Vietnam, we decided to change it to the Department of Defense, not Department of War. Because we added more departments to it, and we needed a Secretary of Defense to coordinate everything. And we were going at war during that time. We just got out of Korea War. We were just going into Vietnam. And we needed something. And right after Vietnam, we still kept the Department of Defense. Until Trump came in office and he wants to change it back to war. I thought this guy was the deal maker. I thought this guy was supposed to be solving things. I thought this guy was supposed to be trying to create peace somehow. He was going to broker some stuff on the first day of his office and create the peace. He was going to be well loved in this one. Oh yeah, he's really well loved at this point over here that I'd love to get him out of the damn office and run him out of town. Maybe out of the country. So right now, what we're dealing with is the president and his cronies so out of touch and so hungry for war, it's not even funny. They make up a war that would create a war to prove that they're going to be peacemakers at it by threatening people, probably. And this is what we're dealing with, guys. And you hear the whining of my dog. So before it's a dark video because I don't keep the lights on, except for the Christmas lights all the time. To keep an eye on Madam Fuss Budget, who's fussing. It's cold as hell because we got a weather system here in California. In Southern California, we're going in between storms right now. So it's cold as hell out there. My mother dog is just demanding attention this morning. Give me a second. I'm going to have a dog in my arms in a moment. Dark log indeed. I'm not kicking on the lights for this bonzo. But this is my dog having a conniption fit this morning. Say hi to the guys. When it's light, I'll show her face. But during the midtime, she's just a elderly lady fussing over anything and everything. How do we deal with the fuss budget of a senior citizen losing his mind and everything else? I mean, I've seen the clips that the independents are putting out there, and the corporate media, including, unfortunately, Fox News. And I'm hearing fact-checking left and right, and I'm hearing all these threats, and I'm hearing all these promises, I'm hearing all these statements, or misstatements anyway. Yeah, 2025 sucks. Other than that, guys, what else is new? That being said.